Welcome to the Friends and Rivals podcast.
Top 5 boobs.
Let's talk Devils and Islanders, let's talk Penguins and Rangers, but let's not talk about Flyers, cause they're a bunch of fucks, which no one can deny,
Ay. All right, don't try until you had it. This is episode 79, the Friends and Rivals podcast. I am one of your hosts, Tom Harkness. With me each week are
Stephen Wojtowicz.
Bill Fougere. Nick Loretta.
Without even having any notes, he did it like a pro.
like a pro. I'm in absolute shambles right now. I have this small little dinky little desk. I'm used to this fucking monstrosity, and I'm working on this little tabletop. I feel so constricted. Ugh. And Amazon
never would have known it.
Amazon's a big fat liar. They said my desk was going to be here Thursday. It's now going to be here on Friday.
It's not Thursday yet, so you still wouldn't have had it today.
Well, yeah, no, I realize that, Bill, but I do have to. I work out of my home, so Friday I would have felt a little bit more relaxed during the workday, but now.
And you can't put it together on Friday.
I mean, I'm sure. Well, this all depends on. It all depends on when it gets delivered.
No, you can't.
And the fucking company that I ordered from decided to use the United States Postal Service, so I may never see the goddamn thing.
No, I'm saying because of the Friday rule, you can't use it on Friday.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, pal. That only works with clothes. I have checked with the higher authorities, and I am good to go.
Okay.
I am
What's
good
the Friday rule?
to go.
You got to explain the Friday rule.
So
The Friday rule is you can't wear anything for the first time on a Friday. It's bad luck if you wear something brand new on a Friday.
Okay. Where'd this come from?
Nobody knows.
People
Nobody
have
knows
died.
the origin. It's a Wojtowicz family tradition or superstition. We believe it's because God died on a Friday. That's where where my mom had heard it from. We believe that's why it is, but nobody knows the real history behind it.
Was he wearing new clothes?
The crown was new, I think, for him, I believe.
Wait, Rose from the Dead had new kicks though. That was a good thing. So
But that you
Definitely
can wear
go all
anything
out
you
on
want on Sunday.
Okay, it's not Friday.
Right, it's not Friday.
It's no good. Okay.
Just
So
keep it in mind.
we're peeling the onions of our co-host Steve.
No, that's not me. That's generations.
we have listeners who heard that God died on Friday and they're like, when did that happen?
And I was just talking to him.
Is it impressions? Oh my God. Did we jump segments? Oh my goodness. Well, listen, there has been a ton of talk out there about what the Devils are going to do with the number 2 overall pick. And the latest that I heard made me laugh so hard is that they were considering trading it for JT Miller.
Could we just have the draft already so
Are
we
you
could
fucking
be done with
kidding
this?
me? This was a joke, right? They put this out there to make people laugh.
No, it's believed. I don't even know who's putting these stupid rumors out. There's rumors that are being floated by Brat's camp, apparently, that they're going to trade the pick so they could sign him. I just don't know where any of this is coming from. I don't know where any of it's coming from.
But even if they traded for
what would that
JT Miller, they can still re-sign Brat. They still
Well,
have the money.
What would one have to do with the other?
I don't know. Again, I don't. It's just people looking to tweet stuff out, I think, at this point.
We're in the silly season.
Yeah,
There's
it
no-
makes no sense.
No sense. Why would you trade away the second overall pick for people with actual cap room in a year where there's no real consensus? Number one, it sounds like there's 2 guys that could either go either way. And
Sounds like
Montreal
there's 3 guys right now.
Well,
that Montreal's
there's
mulling over.
3 guys, and the one that was number 2 vaulted to number 1 in the final ranking. So
Right. And it's like number two guy isn't, if we're talking about if Montreal takes the new number 1, number 2 guy, Shane Wright, he's no slouch, man. Why would you even consider trading him unless you're getting a big piece? His contract will be nothing for a few years, and he's clearly going to be a guy that's going to step into the NHL. Both
But
guys
that was part of the belief, though. You could trade him now. Say what you will, but the need for the Devils isn't up the middle, right?
It's okay.
So
you can play. You can play on the wing.
Why not trade him? But why not trade the pick to a team like Chicago and get DeBrincat?
Well, it doesn't sound like Philadelphia is going to trade the number 5 pick for him, because
Have to
that was
now.
the destination for DeBrincat was Philadelphia for the number 5 pick overall. But it doesn't seem like Philly wants to do that.
Well, they're just ridiculous because dude's a stud.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. And if DeBrincat goes, that is a domino that makes Kane become expendable then at that point. So I say let it
always
happen.
about Kane. Now the Devils are in the best spot though, like because think about this. They're picking number 2 behind Montreal, and there's a few possibilities for who's going to go number 1.
Right.
What do we know about Montreal? They haven't done anything right since they traded Patrick fucking Watt. They're going to fuck up the first pick, and whoever they pick is going to be the wrong pick. The Devils are going to get the best pick in the draft. No doubt. They just got to hang on to that pick. He's going to be the top player in this draft.
I agree with Billy. I'm a big believer of let whatever happens comes down to you in this draft. Number 2, hit that guy. DeBrincat, listen, if he can make a trade for him for the number 2, that's not a bad trade. The dude's 24. He just put 41 goals in his 3rd season in the NHL on a shitty Chicago Blackhawks team.
You put
Not
him on a
bad.
line with Hughes? Are you kidding me?
Right.
Not
Exactly.
bad. Not bad. But he's in the last year of his deal. He's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
be
you would have to
shit
resign
ton.
him. No doubt. You would
So
have to.
this is
Absolutely.
So that's the flip side. If whoever you draft is not going to be making, $8-9 million a year.
Yeah, but he
For the
doesn't have
next
arbitration rights after his entry level deal. He would have to sign a 2-year deal, then become arbitration eligible for 2 years, and then go unrestricted.
Okay.
Think
DeBrincat's hold on.
That's how it
DeBrincat's
works.
he's making $6.4 million right now.
Oh, so he's out of his entry level deal is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's going to be making probably $8-9 million easy, right?
Especially if he has a 30-goal season
40
with Jack Hughes. Are you kidding me? They're going
Look, he
to back
had
the truck up for him.
the last 3 years, 18 goals in 70 games, 32 and 52, 41 and 82. And before that, he had 40. This is actually his second 40 goal year. And he had 40 in his 18-19 year. So he's 40 goals in 2 out of 5 years. He's not making, 9-10 million a year on his next deal.
Yeah. No,
He's making a lot. I mean,
I'd agree with you.
I don't know, man. I think I roll a dice with a guy like a Shinwright or Uraj.
You'd go with the kid?
I go with the kid because, dude, this is a cap thing. We gotta. I don't know.
After this season, though, they only have like 4 players under contract.
Let's take a step back. Steve, if they trade for DeBrincat, they just all of a sudden make the playoffs?
What you say
contender?
DeBrincat? Why you put so much emphasis on the cat portion of his name? Isn't it just DeBrincat?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know.
I think it's DeBrincat, but
I think it's DeBrincat.
But
But I
his-
like
but
I like the way you
I like
the way you put
DeBrincat.
the cat at the
Bring
end.
cat.
I think if you get him and you get Ville Husso, he's an unrestricted free agent in net, I think you make the playoffs. Yes.
What do you do with Brett?
I think you re-sign him. I think he's a 6-year, $7 million player, right? Somewhere in the 6 to 7 million. So there's no reason why they couldn't fit them both long-term under the cap. You look at teams like Tampa Bay, how many guys they got making big money? Why can't the Devils have that?
Yeah.
Again, it's the core. The core is
Yeah.
right. Who cares? It's gonna work. Look, it was a cool graphic. I saw on Reddit. They're showing like the players that won in I think it was like 2020 to now in terms of the difference of the team. It was very little. The
Right.
core is essentially the same. It was basically the role players have changed in the last few years, and that's it. But they had the correct core, and they won what 11 out of 12
Playoff series, yeah.
playoff series in a row. I mean, dude, that's what you need is the right amount of players that are
Yeah,
core
well now
pieces
you
of the team.
but now you're seeing the depth of that team suffer. You know, they trade, Ryan McDonough this week to Nashville for low level players so they can re-sign other pieces, right? They can sign Palat. So
But that's how you're supposed to do it.
Charnack.
Ship out the guy who's on his last legs.
Exactly.
I don't know if McDonough was on his last
Come on.
legs.
How old is he?
He's 33.
He's on his last legs, man. That's
But he's still got another couple of years in you at a
He does,
really
but
good,
he's
solid
Pairing.
your second line defense core.
But if you can get a kid to come in and do that for less,
Yeah, look,
I mean, I
get
agree.
it, but
You're throwing the dice, but
I'm just saying, how well did it work out for the Islanders when they traded away Leddy? It's almost the same situation. And the Islanders suffered for it because they never found a replacement for him. I'm not saying that, McDonough was the power play specialist or anything else like that, but still, they lost a key piece to their defensive core and they never really recovered for it.
they lost Strawman in the past and they didn't seem to be hurt too much, right?
Yeah.
I'd argue
But they replaced him with McDonough.
Well, so now you replace McDonough with the next McDonough.
There is no McDonough coming in.
Bill,
I'd
nothing
argue-
to add?
I'd argue McDonough. I'm sorry, not
We're getting to
Isles
Bill,
lose-
don't worry.
I was losing Letty was a little different because we didn't have it was more positional. So they didn't have a guy that could run the power play and bring the puck up. They have too many guys that are stay-at-home defensemen, which is good, but they need that other guy that replaced Letty, to be able to bring the puck up, gain the zone, man the power play at the point. And those things that they didn't replace, the same way. But Letty had definitely lost a step, so it wasn't like
But
huge loss.
he was still better than any other. He was your mobile defenseman back there.
By trading Taves to the Avalanche was a big crush because by doing that, you lost the guy that they basically made the decision of Letty or Taves, right? Lou chose Letty, right? And then because he looked at Taves and said, Taves is going to toss too much, we get some picks for him because he'll get more value out of it. And so that was his decision.
It's always a crapshoot.
Yeah,
and like Steve says, the pick is never worth as much as the player that you're letting go.
Most times, it's 50-50, I'd say. I would say it's close.
It's way less than that. Way less than the pick winds up working out. It's way less.
It depends on the player, right? Taves is the per guy for Avalanche. He fit right in their system, and he played Makar. I mean, come on, man.
No, but you're trading him away for a draft pick. You're trading him away essentially for 2 lottery tickets. And
Correct.
sure,
And
the
you have
second
to
round
hit on
pick.
those.
I'm not talking draft lottery. I'm just talking regular lottery tickets.
Yeah. You got to hit on those, obviously, to make it work out. But either way, it's like crapshoot. You never know. It could go either way. It could be an even trade. It could be very much one side or the other. I feel it was much more in the side of Avalanche. It led them to a championship. It worked out for them no matter what happens. You can't change that part. So
for the Avalanche side, they love this deal.
Yeah,
they were happy to send away 2 second-round draft picks for him.
I hated the deal at the time, and I wasn't happy about it because I really liked Taves. I wanted to move Letty, but whatever. So Letty moves later on, and we don't have a guy to replace him immediately in the season where we need to win. We're trying to win now. So to me, that makes less sense. But hey, I can't remember actually the original question we were actually trying to talk through here, but that was
so the latest rumor I saw was William Eklund, who was the 7th overall pick last year and the 11th pick to the Devils for the 2nd pick.
Where's Eklund play? Is he a winger?
He's a left wing.
He's a left wing.
He only played 9 games last year, and he had 4 assists in 9 games.
With who?
San Jose.
Oh, San Jose. Okay. Hey, speaking of San Jose, congratulations on my career, huh?
Congratulations on my career.
First black GM?
Yeah.
Is that right? Good Lord. Way to go, NHL. Way to catch up with the times, pal. Holy crap.
I don't know if you guys know this.
I don't.
Did you guys know his brother?
Well, listen,
Is it
listen.
G-
Just don't let us keep you from eating your saltine crackers. By the way, you just keep on doing that.
Saltine
about
crackers and
Christmas?
wine. He is a fancy man.
Crackers. And what?
Listen,
You got any cheese
whole-
in there? You got any
Whole
cheese?
sleeves. Whole sleeves gonna be gone by the time we're done, boys.
Yeah, but it's saltine.
Well, there's only
though.
4
Don't-
left. I mean, you're not showing off to me.
Why don't you get a little fancier and go with like a Ritz or something, or a Toll
No, no.
House?
No,
Top 5 crackers.
saltines.
Yes, top 5 crackers is coming.
Randy
Saltines.
Travis, the turd.
Saltines number one.
Not
on
that
my
kind of
list, no matter
cracker.
what. No matter what. I was a crush saltines all the time as a kid. I don't know. It's just that perfect thing. A can of soda and a sleeve of saltines.
How
Crush.
is he so skinny?
You
What
you
the
wouldn't prefer a
fuck?
Ritz cracker over a saltine cracker?
No, it's weird. You're up just. I like both.
Oh my God, you have to like Caddyshack too. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
for real.
Oh my God.
Ritz
Nick's favorite vacation was Vegas vacation, right? We had that. We said that last week.
Kicking my
Christmas
feet up
vacation.
with some saltine crackers.
No,
and
it was the
Caddyshack
reboot.
too.
What are you talking about?
Christmas Vegas is about not good. Christmas Vacation was on my top list of what was it, comedy movies? Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nick prefers National Lampoon's Dorm Days to Van Wilder.
both
No.
movies suck. What are you talking about?
Van Wilder wasn't
Hey,
bad.
Wilder didn't suck.
It was okay. I watched one time and be like, all right, I was kidding. That was okay.
Come on, Tara Reid's brothers played for the Rangers. Can't beat that movie.
Wow, you know way too much about that movie. That was a throwback there. Damn.
Okay, sorry. Nick was saying something, or no, we were talking about Mike.
No, we were
Greer.
talking about
Mike
crackers.
Greer's brother.
Okay, his brother is the GM for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
Did you guys know
it
that?
certainly is.
I had
And-
no idea.
I had no idea Mike Greer was part of the Rangers organization last year. When
As a
Drury announced
coach?
his statement on Twitter today, he said, "You'll be missed in the Rangers organization."
What did he? Did it say what he did?
I don't know. No idea. But apparently, he and Drury and Mike Greer are good friends, according to his
Yeah.
official Twitter statement, and that Mike Greer will be missed.
That's it. All that Ranger
In the
success
Rangers
this season was
organization.
thanks to Mike Greer. You guys are going to be fucked next year.
Wow. But maybe what you're saying you want to take advantage of a new GM in there and take a draft pick from last year and the 11th pick. for
I
number
don't
2
know. I
overall.
I don't know enough about Willem Eklund. I knew he was, talked about a lot last year as being a high pick, but I don't know anything about his skill set. I know he's 5'10", whereas Slavkovsky is like 6'3".
Yeah, these last couple of drafts, man, they were just so weird just because of the whole pandemic, and you don't really know
Right.
who really should have gone where. Even going back, I mean, the Kako and Hughes, I think that was consensus. I think that was the last draft that we had that was actually, you knew where people should be selected. But
Oh,
the Lafreniere draft, I'm not sold
so not enough.
on Lafreniere as that he was the number 1 overall pick for that year. I don't know. Still remains to be seen.
In 10
Well,
years, when we do the redraft of that class,
Yeah, exactly.
We'll
Look,
see.
how many of us are going to have Marc-Andre Fleury as number 1 on our list tonight?
one.
Well, am I picking actually for the Penguins?
Well,
Or
no,
am I
pick
just
each, come
picking
on.
the number 1 overall? That's the question, but we'll get
We
into
talk-
that.
Let's get to that a little bit next segment.
No,
I
yeah, that is actually the next segment.
just want to say that I gotta say though, it's pretty amazing to see Mike Greer. All his career wasn't like amazing. He was just like every other NHL guy. He played 1,000 games though.
Yeah,
was so
third line
shocked that he
enforcer
was
type of guy. He was
solid,
Yeah.
solid
Long
player. Yeah.
career, and he's worked his way all the way up from scout to assistant coach to whatever he was in the Rangers organization. I didn't even know he was there the last year. All to GM. Good for him, man. So shout out to Mike Greer. Way to fucking kill it. Hope he does really
Unreal.
well in the San Jose.
And he played the majority of his games with San Jose. So, it's not like he doesn't know the organization and the area and all that stuff. So we couldn't be happier for old Mike Greer. And listen, I've been waiting for actually this moment right now, pretty much since 2:30 when I sent this text out to Bill about Casey DeSmith being re-signed by the Penguins. I've been dying for your rant on how much you hate this move.
Well, if we want to get into that now, look, here's a guy who he's been okay, a serviceable backup most of the time, but really took a while last season to catch on. I mean, it was really not until January that he stopped playing like absolute dog shit. And okay, so then he had some good stretches filling in that, it wasn't so bad for a while. But then, your number one goes down and you go into the playoffs. And game one, the fucking guy goes down with a whatever core injury, and is out for the rest of the season. Like, so what's the motivation of bringing him back? Like, that he's not that good of a backup. I mean, he wasn't killing him when he was in, and like, and then he's injury prone at the very worst time. He's not young. Why? What is the reason? I'd go with Louis Domingue sooner. I don't even understand bringing him back at all. Doesn't make sense to me.
1.8 per for a 2-year deal for Casey
it's not
Smith.
that expensive.
It's not.
like
And you know what?
giving
That's a
away the
tradable
farm
contract. That's a tradable contract, and you're probably going to get something for him.
That's a good deal for a backup. Anything sub 2, I think is a good amount.
As long
not
as he
gonna
can
hurt
stay
you.
healthy.
I just don't see a reason to have him at all.
All he's gotta do is
the
play
bigger
what?
thing. It's not the money.
30 games at most.
Yeah.
I mean, if he could play that many games and do well, then it'll turn out real well.
Is he going to do well now? I mean, he's inconsistent. And then all of a sudden disappeared when they needed him in the
But
playoffs.
that's why he's not the starter, though, right? You pay him back on money. He's not a starter, so 2-year deal should have. It's not the end of the day. If it's not like they sign him for 5 years and they're like, maybe he's the starter. It's like you're 2 years, 1.8. You're the backup for 2 years at best.
Could be worse. You could sign a backup and have him play 5 games, and then all of a sudden he's going to go on long-term IR after signing him to a 2-year deal.
Well, that would never happen. How could that ever happen to anybody? Seems far-fetched.
Certainly, how could it happen twice in 2 years?
I got 2 more things before we move on. One is that every second and third line center that is in the NHL right now is tied to the Rangers. Every one of them, except for Kopp and Strome. Malkin on a 1-year deal. Everybody wants Malkin on a short-term deal.
Yeah,
which is the proper move, but you're not going to get him. And 2, if the Devils don't make a move prior to Thursday, when the 13th happens, I mean, John, they got to go after Johnny Gaudreau, don't you think?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. If they wind up using the pick at number 2,
yeah,
that's a sure sign that Gaudreau is target 1, 2, and 3.
And they'll throw the bank at him. I'm assuming, right? But does that scare you a little bit?
I'm never a huge fan of giving a guy who's never played for your team $10 million.
Valerie Kamensky. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
I also don't like,
but it's not that. It's the size of Hughes, the size of Gaudreau. The size doesn't worry you. Well, Bratt probably wouldn't be playing with them. Bratt's going to probably play with Hischier, right?
He played a lot with Hughes last season, but I like him better with Hischier.
Right. I think that gives you a little bit more balance.
Size doesn't matter to me. It doesn't worry me that it's going to be 2 small guys. If they get picked on, there's the defensemen. They've got very tall defensemen now. With Graves and Hamilton. So, and
Wood's coming back, right?
They would have to catch him. They would have to catch those 2 in order to start shit.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. It's going to be.
I don't like the story that it's all about Gaudreau coming home to the Devils when he grew up a Flyers fan.
Right. I don't buy that either. That's a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but it's out there.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Good Lord. But listen, it's going to be a really, really fun week. And speaking of week, we will be recording next Wednesday. And then we're going to take a little vacation break. So we will be recording next Wednesday, the 13th. So we'll have some free agent signings to talk about when we reconvene on the podcast next week. Now, moving on. I saw this on a bunch on Twitter by the NHL, and they've been redrafting a couple of different drafts. And I'm curious, and we don't have really that much to talk about this week, so I figured we'd give that a shot. And let's redraft the 2003 NHL entry draft, because there was just a shit ton of players. And as Bill mentioned before, any chance that I can get to redraft Hugh Jessimen, I will take that opportunity at every opportunity. So let's I thought that we would just take a number and just alternating picks. Do you want to do that, or do you just want to tell me your draft order 1 through 16?
Ooh.
Oh, we got to alternate picks.
Yeah.
You want to alternate picks? All right.
I don't want to all go through 1 through 6.
No, let's alternate picks.
All right.
That's
All right.
fine.
All right, so
hold on. Let me 1, 2.
I got my draft board. Of 16 players. So
I do too.
But again, like Billy said, we've got to clarify. Are we drafting as if we had a team?
No.
We're drafting for
Best
our
available.
team.
Best
available.
Okay.
You're
We're building
what
a
you think.
team.
What you think? Yeah,
Best available.
I like
So
it.
we're gonna start in order from the way your teams finished this season. So Steve, Nick, Bill, and me. Steve, you have
Okay.
number 1 overall, and I have the number 4 pick, and then we'll
This
just
is-
do that. I'm not gonna pick 4 and 5 back to back. We'll just keep doing.
Yeah, it
This
was
is
in a
pressure.
row.
So Steve, your number 1 overall pick.
Come on, Steve, fuck it up so I can draft my guy.
Drum roll.
With the number 1 overall pick in the redraft of the year 2003, Steve's team selects
Coke Zero.
Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah,
All right.
Oof.
That would have been my number one.
that was my number 1.
Oh, consensus number
Look at
one.
that.
Consensus number
It's
1.
not
Multiple-
debatable.
He is a generate.
Multiple
No, it's not a
sulky.
generation.
Listen,
Multiple
round 2,
sucky
number
years.
45 overall.
Can't beat
Yes.
that guy.
1,216 games played, 400 goals, 582 assists, 2 cups,
And he's even better defensively.
and Selke awards, Messier awards. I mean, you
Every
talk about
sucky.
it. Talk
Every
about it.
sucky.
He is
Best guy in the draft. Best guy in the draft.
fantastic.
All right, number 2. I had to go. This is a flip flop for me. I'm gonna go Eric Stahl.
Eric
Ooh.
Stahl, the actual number 2 overall was Eric Stahl. Won a cup with the Carolina Hurricanes, over 400 goals, 1,000 points. Look, you can't go wrong. He was not my number 2, though.
He was not my number 2 either.
No, he was not. I can't.
my
but-
number-
but he's
not my number 2
But my
either.
number 2 is still best player available. So I'm not going to tell you who it was yet. Billy, number 3.
Well, I am going to tell you who my number 2 is because he is still available. My number 2 is Marc-Andre Fleury, or that's the third pick in the 2003 redraft. It's Marc-Andre Fleury.
The number
Hall
1
of Fame.
overall pick of that year was
So-
Marc-Andre
Hall of Fame goalie.
Fleury.
So he was your number 2 overall.
He was my number 2.
Okay.
And look, I think 1 through 16. I think we all have 1 through 16, but it
Yeah.
just in different orders. It's hard to debate, but it's also hard to debate all this abundant of talent that was available in this friggin' draft. It was absolutely crazy. And speaking of which, my number, I gotta find him on the actual list. There he is. This guy, 7th round pick, 205th overall. Joe Pavelski was my number
That
2. Is your number 4?
He was my number 2 as well.
Whoa!
Wow.
It's my number 4. Yep.
I mean, 7th round. This guy.
Yeah,
holy
that's
crap.
talk about a solid building block.
Good lord, man.
So 2nd round, first pick. I'm going Dustin Brown.
Oh,
I like that little guy.
all right.
Okay.
I don't know necessarily
He
that
was
he
on
was
my board, but he was toward the bottom.
I like that.
I
little
had the
guy.
same. I had him toward the bottom.
Yeah, Dustin Brown was number 9 for me.
All right. Well,
Ooh.
my number 3 is still available. That's Ryan
Really?
Getzlaf.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was my number. He was my number 6.
My
Here's
number
my
7.
5.
Okay.
All right, so my number 3 is still available, so I'm gonna pick him. Third on my draft board. And what are we at? Pick 7.
Yeah.
Brent Burns, who
Wow.
I didn't realize
Ooh,
was
first
drafted
D.
as a right wing and converted to a defenseman. So would I even know that what I'm drafting at that point? I don't know. But looking back now, yeah. I put
He
him
was
on
drafted
my-
as a wing.
Not
Drafted as
technically a
a right
defenseman.
wing.
Huh.
Not technically the first defenseman off the board then.
My number 3 pick is
Hmm.
still available, so I got to put him at number 8, and that is
Corey Perry.
Zach Parisi.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was my 5.
I had him at 11.
I actually had him at 8. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Right on.
Well played.
Spot on.
All right, Steven.
So, my next pick is Jeff Carter.
Wow.
My
Okay.
number 5, Jeff Carter.
He's my 10.
I have him at 8. So pretty close.
A
Pretty
solid player. Can't go
close.
wrong there.
Pretty close. Pretty close. Number 9. I'm only reacting because I have 2 guys. My number 4 and 5 are still available. Number 4, second suitor, Ryan Suter.
Nice.
Yeah, Ryan Suter lower, way lower.
Really?
I haven't
Yeah.
I
had
looked
him
at
on-
it. I looked at this as building a franchise, and
Right.
so I'm looking at it as
I was just picking best player available.
oh,
Still a very good player.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
What
no,
did you have him
yeah.
at?
I had him at 15.
Wow.
So for me, with the 11th pick, I'm picking my number 7 on my draft board, Shea Weber.
there you
Ooh.
go. Hey, he's my number 5. Number 11 station. There we go. At least 2 defensemen
There's
off the
2
board now.
defensemen off the
Yeah.
board. Yeah.
I mean, I can see at least 1 to 2 more. But
Yeah, I had Shea Weber actually down low. I had him at 13.
yeah.
But my number 7 is still on the board, and I am going to pick him now, Corey Perry.
My number 7. Agree.
That's my 8.
He was my 6. So that might outside
Wow.
of Bergeron, that might be the closest
Yeah.
ranking altogether.
Wow. Somehow we didn't hit him until then.
No.
I see now I don't know where to go. Do I go with my highest rated player or do I go with a defenseman
Well, you got to
to
go with your
keep up
highest-
with to keep up with the Joneses here?
I think you got to go with your highest rated player.
You're not even drafting a full line. anyway.
Well,
We're only going
no, I
Steven,
know.
I'd say that defenseman's probably my number 12. My next guy.
It would be my number 10.
He was my number 10 and actually winds up being the highest rated player left on my list. It's Dion Phaneuf.
Oh,
Wow.
Robbie
Wow.
Seth
Not direction I went, but all right.
No, Dion Phaneuf is not on my list at all.
He's my number 16.
I had Dion at 13.
I say
Dion,
fuck
Dion.
Dion Phaneuf.
Wow.
He just made it. He just made it for me.
Okay.
I guess number 14's got to be the guy I always thought you were going to say, which is Brent Seabrook.
I had Brent Seabrook at number 10. I agree. I thought he was going to say that too.
I got him
Yeah.
at 11.
To be honest, I looked at also like the career and kind of like what they went. I think Phaneuf, he retired a little earlier. Obviously, he played. I think he fell off faster than Seabrook, and he had obviously more cups than Phaneuf. But I think Phaneuf is very good, and that's why I had him in my top 16. And this is a ridiculous draft, by the way. But nevertheless,
So I'm curious. For me, all 14 picks so far have all been on my top 16 list. Is that the case for everybody?
yeah,
No.
that's on me too. I have everybody so far. I
No,
have 2
Tom,
guys
you
that
got
haven't
some-
picked yet.
I do
Yeah.
not have Dion Phaneuf on my list.
You
on
don't
my
have
list.
Dion
Okay.
enough on your list?
No.
Anybody else have anybody not on the list?
I'm
So
I'm
Dion was the
100%.
first one.
So
Look,
far.
I had Seabrook at 20.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going to say Phaneuf is
Seabrook.
probably in my top 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fair.
All right, so there's been a couple that have come in
Yeah.
off of people's lists. So my
yeah.
my pick at number 15, because I was curious if anybody else would have this guy on the list. Thomas Venk.
Yeah, number 13.
He
He was my
my
number
16.
16.
Yeah.
I am 15 for 15. I'm curious if I'll hit 16. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm 15
We'll
for
see.
15 too. It all depends on this last pick.
It comes down to time. We're fucked. Totally fucked.
Tom's gonna fuck it all up.
No, listen, this guy's number 12 on my board. He's gonna edge
specimen.
out. He's gonna edge out my 14 guy, which is David Backus. And my number 12 is Ryan Kessler.
Yeah.
16 for 16.
Yeah. I'm 16 for 16. Awesome.
Are you
Me and Nick.
serious? Wow,
Yeah,
man.
Ryan
We
Kessler.
killed it. We killed
Me
it.
and Dick totally have to make out now.
Oh man. I gotta take a picture of this. This is perfect.
So David
Nick-
Backus was the guy who didn't make the top 16. And Steve,
Me
yours was
too.
what,
I had
Frenzy?
Backus at 12.
Yeah.
I gotta make this close enough so you guys can't see my you can't see my things. Okay, there we go.
What are you doing, Nick?
You'll see. I had to make it really close so you couldn't see my top 5 picks for things.
So
later.
every first rounder played at least one game in the NHL.
I mean, if you want to call it that.
Well, because
If you wanna call
Because
it
Hugh
that.
Jessimen played 2 games. So
I
every
mean, seriously, if you want to call it that.
I gotta say though, like the difference between Hugh playing only 2 games compared to some other guys playing 100 games, or they didn't do shit anyway, so it didn't really matter. Nobody gives a shit. Hugh Jessimen only gets it so hard because he was unfortunately in a year of literally stacked, first round.
Okay. Rangers at number 12 took Hugh Jessimen.
Yeah.
13, Dustin Brown. 14, Brent Seabrook.
Yeah.
17, Zach Parisi. 19, Ryan Getzlaf. 20, Brent Burns. 23, Ryan Kessler. 20, I'd take Brian Boyle, God damn it.
Brian
Corey
Boyle,
Perry.
26.
I mean, all those guys were taken after Hugh Jessimen.
Dustin Bufflin, 245.
Dustin Bufflin, 245.
Now,
I mean, but-
Bufflin went the other way. He was drafted as a defenseman,
yeah.
right? And played a lot of wing.
But even look at 291. The second to last pick was Brian Elliott.
Yeah.
I mean, again, solid. Yaroslav Halak was 271. Tanner
He was
Glass,
close.
265.
Halak was close on my list, but I couldn't put another goalie on my list because I didn't think that was that important because there's so many good players.
No, if you
I
draft
mean-
a goalie first overall, you're a fucking idiot.
Now, to be honest, Fleury did make all of our lists, and he was very good in his career, and he's still playing. I mean,
Oh yeah.
okay, so here's the interesting thing. I looked at this up, and I thought it was pretty nuts because I was doing some sorting in the data from the site I was looking at by games played, or no, sorry, last season played. There's 16 players that played last year that were drafted in 2003. Okay,
Yeah.
that's more than and then 2004 and 2005
Wow.
because that draft was insane. Just so many good players, and there's guys that like Enough and other players that had all retired a couple years prior in the last couple years. But I mean, man, what a fucking draft! I mean, that's the hardest. That's the bar set for a long time. Probably.
So I'm gonna tell you
10
now.
years at least.
Now that we have our top 16, I'm gonna tell you what team they would have been on based on the draft order. Patrice Bergeron would have been a Pittsburgh Penguin. Eric Stahl would have, in fact, be a Carolina Hurricane. I believe he would be the only one. Marc-Andre Fleury would be a Florida Panther. Joe Pavelski would be a Columbus Blue Jacket. Dustin Brown would have been property of the Buffalo Sabres. Ryan Getzlaf to San Jose. Brent Burns to Nashville. Zach Parisi would have went to the Atlanta Thrashers. Yeesh. Jeff Carter would have went to the Calgary Flames. Ryan Suter would have been a Montreal Canadien. Shea Weber would have been a Philadelphia Flyer. Ruined his career.
Would have been
Fuck the Flyers.
Fuck the
Fuck
Flyers.
the Flyers.
Corey Perry would have been a New York Ranger. Dion
Oh, God.
Phaneuf would have been an LA King. Brent Seabrook, in fact, would be a Chicago Blackhawk.
Oh, there
Look
you
at that.
go.
Look at that.
2 of them.
Thomas Vanek would have been a New York Islander. They didn't draft him, did they? I mean, I know he
No.
eventually played on him, but number 16, Ryan Kessler would have been a San Jose Shark. So San Jose would have had Ryan Kessler and Ryan Getzlaf. Yikes.
All those Ryans.
Yikes. Wow. That was actually a lot of fun. That was a little bit more fun than I thought it was going to be. If we have a downtime in the beginning of August when we come back from hiatus, maybe we'll do another one.
Pick another year.
That was a lot. No, we're not going to do 2003 again. No, I was thinking maybe we go back to like the 80s, maybe the year of Lemieux.
Oh, you keep going up.
That was a good draft.
79 was like the
God,
next most
Messier and Gartner and all those fucking guys. Holy crapola. All right, let's move on to our top 10 list.
All right. It's top 5.
Oh shit, top 5.
Oh,
Top
I
5.
get it. It's top 10 because
5.
it's. I get it though. Good,
I
that's
have
a good one.
enough. I have enough for sure.
10 and 9 have to be the same. Right?
So this will be our top 5 boobs
All right.
in regular movies.
The top 5 again. I just can't wait to do the top 5 again. The life I love is making top 5s with my friends. And I can't wait to do the top 5 again.
I have a little bit of a bone to pick here. Because I
You
believe
should see mine after watching all these boobs.
I believe the list when it was brought up last week was top 5 nude scenes.
Okay, that's fine. Boobs, nude scenes, whatever, however you want to call it.
I thought it was
They're all
boobs,
the
but that's
same.
all right.
Oh,
Boobs,
all the same.
nudity, who
In
cares?
rated R movies, what's the difference?
Would that have changed your list?
Yes.
Okay, go change your list.
I made a
We
list
can-
for both.
We can
I made
edit
a list
this
for
down.
both.
That's the beauty of this.
I made 2 lists.
Oh, well, great. Use the one for boobs then.
Okay.
You boob. All right, I've been going first far too much. I want to go last this time.
Honorable mentions for me. Mila Kunis in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Claudia Nadig, whose character name was also Claudia in European Vacation.
Wait, we have to. I didn't do the actual.
That's okay.
actresses. I just did the movie.
Airplane. There was random boobs come across the screen.
There were.
Cindy
Tram
Morgan
boobs.
in Caddyshack. And Drew Barrymore in Boys on the Side.
Wow. Bill, you want to go next?
I'll give my honorable mention. Sure, I can't even believe that I'm putting her in my honorable mentions. I can't believe that there's 5 that beat her up. Salma Hayek and Desperado, honorable mention. Denise Richards in Wild Things and Phoebe Cates in Fast Times.
Oh, I mean that's on everybody's. Should have been on everybody's
All right.
list.
All right. I guess I'm going next since you're going last here, Tommy.
Yeah.
My honorable mention you just mentioned. Phoebe Cates, Fast Times. I mean, come on, man, it's iconic. Gotta go with Phoebe.
That you have one honorable mention?
I only had limited time to Google boob scenes in yeah. Let's just put it this way. I didn't have a lot of time to do this one. So
I'll
that's
make
fair.
Pretending he doesn't have
I'll
that
make
much
up for you.
index.
I'll make up.
I don't have kids here today. It wasn't.
Tom's
it
got
wasn't a good time.
43 honorable mentions.
I have 11
Okay.
honorable mentions.
You've Jesus.
Which is really 22.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. All the Right Moves. Caddyshack. Police Academy. The Change Up. Entourage. Wedding
Oh
Crashers.
fuck!
European
Entourage.
Vacation. Old School. Private Parts. And Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Entourage
Hold on.
a movie? What are you talking
Entourage
about?
is like
Yeah.
a
No. They
show.
made a full length feature.
Okay, you're talking
Oh,
about the
boy.
movie. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. The
I'm
show,
sorry,
I'm like,
Tom, can
every
you go
week.
back? Just go the list again after Old School. I missed
Private Parts and Zach and Miri.
Okay.
Private Parts is a good one.
Yeah. The chick in
That's,
the one on the stereo
On the
was,
speaker.
was great.
Yeah.
But you know, the chick later on in the studio where she
Oh.
was fully naked. I mean, that's fucking bravo.
Yeah.
What's her
And
name?
the change up, I mean, if
Yeah.
the change up is not on your list,
Never
go
heard
watch
of
the movie just for her
Yeah.
chesticles.
Surprising. Surprise. That was a surprise
That was
because you
that
would
was-
never have imagined it.
It was a
What year was that
I've
movie
imagined
from?
it. Don't
What
you
are we
worry.
even talking about? Was this like
It's Leslie. It's Leslie Mann.
No, it's not Leslie Mann. It's the other. It's God damn it. What's her name?
Oh, you're talking the pregnant chick.
No, not the pregnant. Come on. His assistant, the lawyer assistant.
So this was a comedy.
She doesn't
I
get
had no idea.
naked, does she?
She does, yes. At the end, when she's sitting on his lap after they go to the baseball game. Olivia Wilde.
I didn't. Okay. I didn't.
Okay.
Saw her,
You got- It's kind of hard when you're not naming the actresses. I'll be honest. It's kind of, I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
And
You
then
guys
Wedding
have-
Crashers, the whole fucking compilation at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name every single fucking actress. They were all
Okay.
quality actresses. Don't get me
Okay.
wrong.
All right.
All right.
We're
So
gonna have-
now we're going to number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
My number 5 is Phoebe Cates' Fast Times at Ridgemont.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Every list will have.
it's got to
Every
be
list.
on. It's
Sure,
got to be on
for
the
sure.
list, no doubt,
Every guy that was born in 1975
Yeah.
or later.
no doubt.
Well, so that made my honorable mentions because like that it just didn't. I saw that like later in life somehow. I never saw Fast Times. I didn't have HBO as a kid or any channel where I would see these things.
Poor bastard.
Well,
All right, so my number 5 was what was referred to in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, or whatever that movie was called, as the opposite of the Holocaust. This was Katie Holmes in The Gift.
Okay. Katie Holmes. All right. Is that me next? Oh shit, I'm next. I'm like
I
reading all
thought
this,
Steve was.
fucking
Oh
desk.
yeah.
Steve went already. You went so fast.
Yeah, you did go.
Just
All right.
3 seconds.
She makes you go fast. Let me tell you.
Number 5 is I think only one I've seen in theaters would be Shannon Elizabeth in American Pie,
Wow.
which was 2 things. One, super awkward. Also, fucking hot was
Yes.
the whole
Really
scene.
low.
Why was it awkward?
That's low on the list.
Because it was a full fucking theater. We saw this on the opening night. We went
In a theater like
know.
that, it winds up being just you and the screen.
Well, no, Nick, you were what, 15?
I don't know when did this movie come out. I don't remember.
You were. I think you were. Well,
He-
no,
in,
maybe
in
not.
high school.
98,
high
I
school.
think. If I had to,
was-
if I would have to guess, I would say 1997 or 98.
Yeah, because we were driving back then, so probably 98. So we were-
1999.
Oh, wow.
99. So I was driving 1999. Yeah. So I was driving then. We went to the theaters every week, pretty much for whatever movie came out during the summer throughout, So I saw pretty much a shit ton of movies at the Regal on Route 1 there. And that was definitely one of the ones I saw during that time. And
Number 5,
it was
interesting.
jam packed. I mean, I remember that we got in there. It was absolutely packed. Everybody was dying laughing. That whole scene came up, and it was like,
Ooh,
it was like, holy
ah,
shit! But a lot of laughter and a lot of like, whoa,
Yeah,
a lot of teenagers in there.
a lot of shit,
It
a lot of
was-
shifting in the
yeah.
seat.
Yeah, and pants too.
Yeah.
So
My number 5 was the Russian chick in Spies Like Us.
wow, sounds like us. Dan Aykroyd and who was the other guy?
Chevy
Chase.
Chase. Chevy Chase.
Chevy. It was Chevy.
You had tense?
Number
That was
God damn.
God damn. She was
4,
She was stacked.
Joyce Hester in a movie called Just One of the Guys.
Holy shit! I forgot about that.
Strictly
Jake.
because this was
He's got
maybe the
tits.
first time you ever saw boobs in a movie.
I didn't even know.
hold
I
on.
thought that was her name.
You got it.
Joyce.
Joyce Hester, yeah.
Her name was
We
Joyce.
gotta talk about that one for a second because there is no way I thought that chick was stacked in that movie until
Exactly.
that point in the movie. You go, what just happened?
How did
Um,
they tape those down?
How did they hide
Yeah.
those?
I had no idea about tape until that movie, and then you, wow. Because the best part about that scene is she just like rips her shirt off.
She
at
just
the end,
like she just opens the shirt and they're
yeah.
they're there.
I'm not a dude. I'm a chick, and
And
it's
then
like,
he's like, are
yeah,
those what
dude,
I think they are?
that's Like 34 double D's, triple D's you got going on.
And then he
like,
goes,
holy shit.
Where do you get off having tits? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good
Great
line.
line.
It is
great
a good
line.
line.
Great line. All right, number
My-
number. Oh, I'm fucking it up. All right, Billy.
You really are, Nick. Way to go.
It's all that wine.
Now,
My number 4. Well, my number 4 was Nick's number 5, but I think or who's well, whatever. Shannon Elizabeth, American Pie was my number 4.
Well done.
it's a good one.
Yes, they were
It's a
well
good one for
And
sure.
again, I'm
Very well
just a
done.
little surprised it's so low on the list.
Yeah, me too. But
Okay, all right. I got number 4. My number 4 is one of my crushes growing up, Alyssa Milano in The Embrace of the Vampire, which was a shitty movie, but just a
yeah.
crazy kind of scene with Alyssa Milano getting all the things happening with another girl and guy, and just
It's a movie that
I'll
you
be
only
honest.
watched so that you could see that scene.
100%. I mean, I think all the movie. No, it's not true. That movie is
Oh, it's
definitely the
true.
one. No, I would say not the only one on my list that's
Oh, okay.
left like this.
No, I
Yeah,
meant
yeah,
just
that was-
that's the only reason to watch that specific
Correct.
movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah, it was between that and Poison Ivy, and I think that one made it out because the scene was just a little better, in my opinion. But hey, that's the thing. Also, fun fact: I ran into Alyssa Milano.
After an
randomly.
Islanders
God,
game.
like was she
No.
with Michael? did Michael
Was she on the
Pickett
LIE?
Ran into her in we were going to do what's it called
Stalking.
no we were down in Cape May, and we drove up to like the area where we could do the
Set of Charmed.
those little what's it called little
Jet skis?
jet skis, thank you, the jet skis. So we had to go to a jet ski place.
And she was working there?
No, she wasn't working there. She was sitting there on the dock as we were going in to go get our jet skis, waiting for her boyfriend at the time. And I remember walking up and being like, in high school, being like 13 or 14 or 15, I guess, and looking at him and being like, that girl looks familiar. She was sitting in a chair, and the only reason I recognized her because a tattoo on her ankle, which was from Poison Ivy. And then I was like, oh my God, her boyfriend was jacked, like tattooed up, but like she was staring at me like, oh no, he recognizes me. And I was like,
right.
who is this
Don't come up to
person?
me, kid. Don't come up to me.
But I was too young at the time to not stare. Like I think at a certain time
No,
you're
if
like,
you see somebody like that, you have to.
like you look like, I remember being like, this person's very pretty, and looking at them like, how do I know you? And it was the tattoo on the ankle. I was like, oh my God, it's Alyssa Milano. And I had to keep
Alyssa
walking
Milano,
this
first girl that made it to my wall.
way. Yeah, that's true. There you go.
Made it to the bedroom wall.
There you go.
Nice. Well, congratulations, Alyssa Milano.
I'm sure
that's
she's
been a dream of
ecstatic.
yours to hear.
She's a listener.
my number 4, and I've been trying to find the name of the chick, but I can't figure out and find out who the hell she is. I think she was uncredited, but she was credited in my heart. It was the redhead from Bachelor Party. When he brings her, when they bring,
wasn't that Tawny Katane?
no, that wasn't her. No, that was another. That was like
Bill knows
a
all
chick
the
from high
redheads.
school.
Okay,
That was
the
like
fantasy,
she was like
right.
full frontal, and that was good Lord, that was whoever you are, God bless.
What was the
Number
movie?
3.
I don't know.
Number 3. Trading Places, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yep.
Yeah, I should have had her as an honorable mention.
Another
Yeah.
surprisingly stacked.
Yes.
I shouldn't say that actually, because wasn't she in Halloween before that?
Yes.
Yeah. And
But
she definitely
even
I
was.
don't
still
think that was the
surprising.
first time those were out.
They were. Hey, listen, Jamie Lee Curtis. She had nice.
Still
She
does.
still does. She's still
Still does,
alive.
yeah.
Just for the record.
Hot take, controversial. Yeah, she definitely did. Does. My number 3, Anne Hathaway, Havoc. Talk about a crap movie that there's only one reason to turn it on.
What movie?
Havoc.
Havoc.
Oh,
Anne Hathaway, huh?
Yeah.
can I interject and say I just don't understand the whole thing with Anne Hathaway. I think she's okay, but why, Billy? Just because what attracts you
Oh, no,
to
she's
Anne
hot.
Hathaway?
Come on.
It was
She's
the
a very
Princess
good-looking
Diaries.
girl.
It was the Princess Diaries, Nick.
I don't want to know what
If
brunette
I would
with
have
a great
had
body. I don't know what to tell you.
If I would have had Anne Hathaway on my list, it would have been for the movie Love and Other Drugs, which if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a list.
Yeah,
All
she
right,
started
my
trying
number,
real hard to shake that Princess Diary image.
Yeah,
at some point.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
She worked hard for it, and I appreciate it. Okay.
All right, number 3. You actually mentioned it, Billy. I think is one of your own mentions. I think if unless I heard wrong. Salma Hayek in
Oh, yeah.
Desperado, which is a literal like split-second scene because the way they kind of split the scene happens and she's like in the water in the beach, and it's like happens very quickly. But I remember watching it and being like, "Holy shit, this just happened!" And getting the tape and from Easy Video and rewinding it to that specific spot number of times just to make sure. Indeed, I did see that scene correctly, and I did. It was absolutely phenomenal. She was in other movies that she was topless in, but honestly, that was the best one. I felt, in my opinion. I didn't watch Frida for any of that shit. To be honest, I couldn't stand Frida as a movie, but not my type of movie. So
Was that movie Behind the Saloon Doors? Or the salon doors?
Salon doors.
Salon doors. Oh God. My number 3 is, I can't tell you how many times I paused this scene. But Margot Robbie in Wolf of Wall Street.
Thank God someone had a list.
If you are not a human if you don't pause there and just drool.
That's one I forgot about. I totally forgot about. That was definitely on that list.
How do you forget about that?
I don't know.
Forget about that.
I don't know. I spent so much time looking for the list that I forgot to make a new list, and then I had to scramble. And
but even still, she should be on both lists. Because that was full frontal and boobs.
I agree. I'm sorry.
I think we all have a lot of regret to it.
I'm an asshole. What do you want me to tell you?
Shame on you.
Number 2.
I feel like I should have Alyssa Milano on my list somewhere. I don't.
Number 2 is the hot tub girl in Euro Trip.
She's good. I couldn't remember her name.
No, it's not in the credits. Her name, I just don't remember the character name. It was one of 2 girls, and I just don't remember if it was Missy or
Ashley,
something else. Yeah,
no, something like that.
You could check out
we're at number 2.
There. Yeah.
I can't believe we're at number 2 and I haven't heard this one come up yet. Because it can't be all everybody's number 1s because I think there's a Shannon Elizabeth waiting to happen. So I don't even understand how this is the first mention. Okay. Heather Graham, Boogie Nights.
Ooh,
ridiculous to me
Heather
that this hasn't
Graham.
been brought up.
Heather Graham.
Yeah, like Steve mentioned earlier, I'm stupid. There was listen, I had 16 times, it's like 32 boobs I was looking at.
That's like 16 different people.
It's a lot of boob.
Yeah. This is a fun list to put together.
That's a fun list. It's good. I didn't have that on my list, and I thought about it before though. My number 2 is Jennifer Connelly, Inventing the Abbots. There's a couple movies that she was in that she's actually been in a lot of shit that she's like naked or topless, and it's pretty ridiculous. But my God, she's
They
ridiculously.
definitely skew a lot more mature with their breasts, Tom.
Yeah. Oh,
Jennifer
yeah.
Connelly?
I am far
was
more
young once,
childish.
Yeah.
She was fantastic.
Fantastic. Billy and I have a type. We have a type. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
you certainly do.
So yeah, that's my number 2. I'm gonna pass it over to you, Tommy.
So my number 2, Shannon Elizabeth, American Pie.
Wow.
There it is.
There you go.
I feel like this one's
Number
not
2.
debatable.
I
Very
mean,
good.
but there's 4 sets that beat her out at number 1. Or no, 2 sets. So 4 boobs beat her out at number 1.
Now I can't
Four
wait till
boobs
Tom
will
goes
always
to
beat
number
out
1.
two
So I'm going to go real quick. Shannon Elizabeth, American Pie, number 1.
There you
Well,
go.
look,
there
I
you
think
go.
she's
Number one.
consensus.
She's on
American
she's
Pie
on
is
every
Yeah.
list.
consensus number 1.
We all had her in a
Everybody's
different
list.
at a different level, but yep, on
What a
everybody's list.
scene. What a scene.
Congratulations, Shannon.
Nadia from the movie. Fantastic.
Nadia.
Oh, so that brings me to my number 1. Probably isn't going to be on anybody else's list. I'm just going to guess. My number one, Uma Thurman from the movie Dangerous Liaison.
Wow.
Dangerous Liaisons?
Yeah,
Oh
Uma.
shit.
very famous, based on that's some French novel that's been like Dangerous Liaisons, Valmont, Cruel Intentions. They're all based on the same story. But yeah, Uma Thurman, who was so she was 18 when the movie was released.
Oh boy.
I gotta imagine they shot that film before. I don't know. I can't make the math work. I've been checking the math. I can't. But
Oh boy, they're gonna show up at your door. The cops are coming.
it was that was like the first movie, like, so because I didn't have HBO, didn't have a lot of access to these things. But my brother was in college and had to like watch this movie because he was reading that book in French or whatever, and he had rented it. And so I never knew that boobs could look like this. Just honestly, I just never knew that boobs like this even existed. That was an eye opener for me, and yeah, she's been a favorite of mine ever since.
You didn't have like Scrambled Spice Channel? I mean, nothing?
No sir, no sir.
Wow. You
But
poor
that was,
kid.
and you know, even the fact that John Malkovich was in the scene and that guy was just a born creep, like he couldn't even ruin that scene that he was.
Bill
yeah,
is
he
the
was-
equivalent of like Catholic school girls who go to college and then just go crazy in college. The second their parents aren't around, they just do a complete 180. That Bill is the equivalent of that. Once he was free to peruse as he chooses, off the
somehow I felt like that was going to come up. Yeah, I can't disagree. It was a tough life. It was very tough. It was a very tough upbringing.
Nick?
Yeah.
Nicholas?
My number one, previously mentioned here, surprisingly underrated. Denise Richards, Wild Things. Be honest, I remember watching her in a James Bond movie. Was it in Hard to Kill? Not Hard to Kill. Which
She
one
was
was it?
her name was Christmas something.
Christmas.
It was-
Yeah.
It was, I think it
awful
was Die
fucking
Another
movie.
Stupid Movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was pretty
it
much
was
that
a
was the name of
terrible
it.
movie.
Die Another Stupid Movie. It was pretty terrible. But that was the whole reason I remember watching the movie. And man, that surprisingly, her and Nev Campbell in that movie together. But she was the main event, and man, that's definitely my number one for sure. Creepy as it sounds. All right, Tommy.
Steve, I'm flabbergasted that you didn't even have this as an honorable mention. And these 4 boobs, 2 sets, Carly Craig, Jessica Morris, role models. One was the teacher in the room, and the other one was sleeping in a tent while camping.
I think that, how do you count that as 2? That should be 2 picks. Those
No,
are 2
that's
different
same.
girls.
It's same movie. Same movie.
I think
Okay,
they would have to be
so
on the screen
again-
at exactly the same time.
No, I don't
Definitely-
think so. It's I have all movies on my list.
Again, definitely
Yeah.
on that other list. They are definitely on that other list.
Well, if I had to decide between the two, it'd probably be Carly Craig. She had the bigger ones
She was the
the-
girl in the tent.
in the tent. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was pitching one.
Even though
yeah.
even though that teacher, that other scene is the girls that oh yeah, that's you. So can I give you my other list of top 5 nude scenes?
No. We're gonna have to do now top 5 full frontal nude scenes.
Can
So-
we do that one week after another though? Because
Save your list. Don't say it. I mean, there's obviously some carryover here, right? So
No, there's surprisingly there is not one person on my other list that shows up on this list.
I'm saying for me, there's going to be carryover
Not one person.
because I don't care if you're full frontal or your boobs. To me, that's one and the same. So, yeah,
Okay.
save that. Save
All
that.
right. You guys are gonna be disappointed, but
How are we going to be disappointed with
that
full
you didn't
frontal?
get to hear it
nudity,
tonight.
it's not
I mean,
disappointing.
is there a? I mean, the only way I'd be disappointed if there was a guy on it.
You're-
Well, maybe not disappointed.
You did say full frontal. You didn't specify.
You're
which,
right. I
which
didn't.
sex
I
there.
did not specify. God damn it. Ay.
I also have my top 5 candy cakes list
Candy.
ready to go.
Hold on. Candy
What, candy
cake.
cakes?
What was it? What did Billy say?
I said we should do snack cakes.
Snack
Top five
cakes.
snack
That's what it
cakes,
is.
okay.
Snack
Go
Top
back
five.
to
All
food.
right, let's do next week. Let's do top 5 snack cakes. You're talking
Snack
Hostess,
cakes.
Little Debbie. Didn't we do this?
Yeah,
already?
yeah.
No,
we
I don't
this.
think so.
No.
No, snack cakes. All right.
All right, I'm gonna have to get
I have
some.
my top
for-
3 in my head right now. Okay.
I got 3 too, but I might have to go get some for, trying them on the air to remind myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right, you want to do
Gotta
that?
do that.
All right,
There will
fine, no
definitely be
problem.
sampling.
Bring your top 5 to the podcast.
I like
Okay.
it.
All 5 top
Like-
5? Oh,
All
Jesus.
You don't
Fuck.
have to eat them, Bill. Relax.
I'm gonna eat them.
Oh, yes, I
What do you mean
do.
you don't have to eat them? You have to eat them. If Nick can eat fucking saltines on the air, we're eating snack cakes next week.
Look, boys, whole sleeve gone. That was really
Shocking.
crushed it.
And now it's time for trivia with Bill. Ugh.
Now this is the wrong Bill.
All right, this is such a downer of a subject to change. Jesus Christ.
Menon Rayom.
Did somebody
Top,
die?
top 5 hockey boobs.
Oh,
Which player
Mike
holds
Milbury.
the NHL single season record for shooting percentage?
Oh my God.
For shooting percentage?
I say we
Shooting
go
percentage.
with real guesses. here.
Jesus Christ.
I say we go with legitimate guesses.
Legitimate guesses?
Yes.
Yeah, especially if
Mari-
you want to hit that 45.
Mario
mark.
Lemieux.
No,
Brett Hull.
Yeah. no. Do you want the multiple choice? Since we're going.
No, we're
Not
just
yet.
starting.
All right.
I mean, we got to say the obvious one, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wayne Gretzky.
Not Wayne.
Mike
Good.
Bossy.
Nope.
Mike Gartner.
No.
Yarmir Yager.
No.
Wait, is there a minimum like games played? Or
No. He scored 56 goals this season, so it's a legit hockey player.
Paul
Austin
Correa.
No.
Matthews?
No.
You
No, it
said
was
this
not recent.
season. You said this season.
The season
his
that
record
he
break-
scored.
Oh,
his
the
record
season he
breaking
scored?
Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah.
Tom,
His
follow
record
fucking
setting.
along. The book
Sounded
wasn't
like you
even
said this
fucking
season.
made when Austin Matthews scored 56 fucking
That's
goals.
why I was trying. Well, he scored 60.
Matthew
but
scored
I-
over 60.
Yeah.
Use your
Yeah.
fucking brains, though.
We
Alex Ovechkin.
Nope.
Hamu Solani.
No.
56 goal. That takes out every Ranger imaginable.
Takes out every devil.
Pavel Bure.
No.
that was the Ranger too.
Are
wasn't it?
we in the
Yeah,
right
but
era?
he wasn't with the Rangers when he did it.
Other
Though.
Rangers? Yeah.
This was the. Do you want the era?
Era. Give us era.
Era. This was in the 80s.
Okay.
Had to be.
Well, could have been in the 70s, could have been in the 60s.
Okay. How about Paul Coffey? Not
No.
close.
How about Rick Tocchet?
No.
Robitaille.
No.
Lucky Luke. Yari Curry?
No.
That's what I was thinking. Really, that was a right choice. Brett Hall.
I
No, Steve said Brett Hall. Tony Amonte. No. I rescind that. I rescind that answer.
Ronick.
No.
Pat LaFontaine.
Nope.
Cam Neely.
No.
Shit. Can't think of the guy's name. You have like someone's name on the top of your tongue. You can't remember the fucking name.
Multiple choice time?
Not yet.
Mark Howe.
No.
I thought you said
80s,
real. I thought you said
80s.
real ones.
I needed to fill some air.
80s.
Needed to fill some air.
For that matter, Gordy had played in the early 80s, but wasn't it?
Bondra.
No.
80s.
Yeah, it's the ladies. Right.
We said Gartner, right?
You said Gardner.
Yeah, we said Gartner. And what? Messier. We didn't say Messier.
Yeah.
No,
You-
I
not
don't think he
Ranger.
scored- I don't think he scored 50. He came close.
Jeez.
Nobody mentioned Marcel Dion yet.
Marcel Dion.
No.
Was Howard Chuck?
Dick. I was thinking Dale
Okay.
Howard Chuck too.
Sorelli?
No.
80s. All right, give us a
Multiple choice.
multiple
Eastern
choice,
way,
yeah.
well, Eastern or Western
Eastern
Conference.
Western? Yeah.
I think Western. You guys asked tough questions. I looked at some of the details before. Thought I would have some of it, like what the percentage was. How many
You
goals.
think Western Conference?
But what team did he play for? Let me see here.
Oh, fuck, he didn't even know what team he played for.
It's not a big name. Gonna be honest.
He scored 56 goals, so he's obviously a forward.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, sure.
It was the 80s, but yeah, it sounds like
Everybody was scoring 50 in the 80s, though.
Yeah, that's the problem, right?
Playing for the Los Angeles Kings, which is what it thought.
All right, was the guy
Fuck
they
the Kings.
traded
I like it.
Gretzky for? I don't know the fucking guy. What was that guy's name?
Huh?
Nobody good.
No.
Yeah, nobody good went in that deal. He played for
guys-
the LA
Hold
Kings.
on.
Yeah.
It wasn't Gretzky or Robitaille or Curry.
Not Bernie Nichols.
No, he wasn't there yet. It wasn't Tomas Sandstrom, was it?
No. What do you mean Bernie Nichols wasn't there yet?
Wasn't he? Wasn't? Yeah, he was. No,
But anyway, it wasn't him.
he came to the Rangers after the Kings.
Multiple choice.
Yeah, I think we got a multiple choice on that one.
Got a A, Craig Simpson. B, Wayne Gretzky, who we established. C, Sergei Makarov. Or D, Charlie Simmer.
The first one.
No. Not
Last one.
Yep, Charlie Simmer, last one. D, Charlie Simmer.
Jesus Christ.
32.7%. Pretty good.
All right. For the record, Jimmy Carson was traded for one of the pieces in the Gretzky trade. He scored 55 the year before,
Wow.
for, like the Kings.
Everybody was scoring 50.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, pretty much. Goalies didn't know how to like get down. It wasn't that hard to score on them.
They were standing up still, straight up.
Straight up, yeah. So, no bend knees. And now it's time for impressions with Nick.
Fucking great. All right, I gotta start off the session here with an apology to a couple of our viewers who were offended by my choice of Caddyshack 2 over
Deeply
Caddyshack
offended.
1.
Deeply offended.
Offended. So, to Alex and Pete, I just want to tell you guys, I apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. Get fucked, you two fucks. That's my favorite fucking movie.
Wait! No!
Fuck
Oh, you just
you.
give them the finger in it. They
That's
can't even
not cool,
see it.
dude.
Oh,
Love you guys.
God.
We'll have a beer sometime.
We can
Be
edit this
good.
out, right?
Nah, it's good.
I can't. No.
No, no.
Oh,
I would be doing a disservice to Nick if I took that out.
That's directly for those two guys of our viewers. And I one day we'll have a beer together and we'll do the chat
I don't know if
a little bit about
anymore.
our things. Yeah, we'll have our podcast meetup. It'll be great. The guys from UAE will be there, not the UAB. They won't be there. They don't exist. So anyway, this week I'm going to do impressions. Caddyshack 1 or 2.
Oh God.
You tell me which one.
Okay.
No problem. How many are there?
There's 10.
741.
oh, geez.
You just do 1 or 2. It's really, really fucking simple,
Okay.
Steve. Really fucking simple.
What happens if you really haven't watched either one?
You're
You
fucked.
Just do 1 or
fucking
2. It's multiple choice 1 or 2, Billy. I can't
Okay.
I can't emphasize how easy this is.
Okay.
Number one. Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, how many? Seriously, how many are there?
You said 10.
10.
Sorry, I
on.
stopped listening.
Pay the fuck attention.
10.
Okay.
Deep
Very
cuts off
quick.
after 45.
All right. Number 1. Golf. What kind of name is golf anyway? Sounds like a sound you make when you're something caught in your throat.
Okay, go next.
Yep.
Number 2. I hear this place is restricted, Wang. So don't tell him you're Jewish, okay?
Next.
Number 3. Well, we're waiting.
Nice. Next.
Number 4. I'll give you a little advice. There's a force in this universe that makes things happen. All you have to do is get in touch with it. Stop thinking. Let things happen and be the ball. Number 5. Take chances. I'm insured. Number 6. If I pull out the arrow, will you please suck the poison? Suck out the poison.
Get
Let me get this straight.
Let me
suck.
let me get this
I
straight.
suck.
You pull it out. I suck. Is there any money in it for me?
Money in it for me?
What, that was number 7?
That was 6.
6.
Oh, you did the whole thing.
Yeah, you
Okay.
did the whole
thing.
scene.
You
Yeah.
jumped in before I gave you finish it. Number 7. Hey everybody, we're gonna get laid. We're all gonna get laid. Number 8. I want you to kill every gopher on the course. And check me if I'm wrong, Sandy. But If I kill all the golfers, they're gonna lock me away, lock me up, and throw away the key.
I said golfers, you idiot.
You great git, not golfers. The brown furry rodents. We could do that.
Any reason?
We don't need a reason.
Well, there ain't any reason for that.
This game should have been finished the line.
Number 9. Mother, how could you marry a man with such a terrible short game? Oh, shut up, Mary Frances, you spoiled, snotty, superficial little bitch. What? Number 10. Wait up, girls. I got a salami. I got a silhad. All right, boys. That's it.
That's the only one I didn't know.
Yeah, I was unsure about that one, but I put one down anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Number
First
1.
question.
Number 1. 2.
2.
1.
Billy and Tom got it right. I feel like they're gonna get all the ways right. All right, number 2.
1.
Number 1.
1.
All right, everybody got it right. Number 3.
Number
1.
1.
1.
All
Sensing
right.
a trend here from Bill.
Number 4.
1.
1.
1.
All right, number 5.
Although I feel like he says it in number 2
1.
as well.
Two.
It's close. That's why I was like hoping you could fuck it up.
Number
All right,
5
number
is 2.
5.
5 was
2.
number 2.
Yep. Number 6.
1.
2.
2.
2. That's number 2. Number 7.
1.
1.
Number 1.
1. Number 8.
1.
1.
Those of you keeping track at home, Bill has said number 1 for all 8 so far.
Well, he'll only get 4 wrong.
Okay.
Number 9.
1.
2.
2.
That was number 2. And lastly, number 10.
2.
1.
Tom's right.
Yeah! 2 weeks in a row, baby. I want you to know, I got 100%.
Wow, we have a
Wow.
first timer. I don't think we were right.
100%.
I don't think any of us got all of them before. That was pretty good.
Dickhead.
Pretty
Boom.
good. How'd you do, Steve?
I got 9.
Good job, buddy. Good job. Bill, how'd you do with your strategy?
I think
You
I
got 4
like
wrong.
30%.
Oh no, he said number 2 was the last one.
He went, he
You
went 2
weenie.
on number 10.
You weenie.
He diverted strategy. It's a terrible plan.
Well,
right.
boys.
Stellar job as usual. Let's go this date in Steve's stomach.
Oh, that feels better.
This one's going to bring us to the year of our Lord 2011. 2011.
Got it.
Please go to a very important date for me. March 3rd, 2021. That not only is that my work anniversary, but it is also Brian Leach's birthday.
It's also one of our listeners' birthdays.
Ooh.
March 3rd is Alex's birthday,
No shit.
as well as George Haranka, who should listen, but
How is he
probably
not
doesn't.
listening?
Because he's
Did we ever tell him?
Because he's probably
Come on,
way
George.
too busy.
I'm not sure I ever told. Did I ever tell him? I'm not sure I told him.
Well, there was a granola bar for breakfast.
Oh,
And in
Okay.
2011, I was working in Freehold. And for lunch, I had a pumpernickel bagel.
Oh! Pumpernickel
ounce
bagels and
Coca-Cola
fuck the
and a
Flyers.
Pumpernickel bagel and
Flyers
butter.
and a pumpernickel bagel.
Sound the alarms, people. It's happened.
Wow.
That's number 2. That's 2
Wow.
pumpernickels.
Dinner was a shake and bake chicken dinner with broccoli and carrots,
Shake and
and a
bake.
can of
I don't-
Coca-Cola. And just so you know, I did exercise after that pumpernickel bagel. 20
Oh.
minutes on the elliptical.
Right, good boy.
Pumpernickel
Why?
bagel.
Well done, sir.
Why did you pick March 3rd, 2011, aside from it being your work anniversary?
Because this was the day that Professor John Michael Bailey, a professor at Northwestern University, was I didn't read if
A
he
professor, because
was, if he was fired or if he wasn't fired, but he is a professor.
We got that.
Was he
Professor.
teaches a popular human sexuality course
Okay.
Ooh,
and often holds
Alright.
after class events,
giggity.
which includes everything from a Q&A session to a panel of swingers, to a panel of convicted sex offenders, all this stuff. Well, he held an after-class event featuring a naked woman being stimulated by a motorized sex toy called a fuck saw on stage. The students were reportedly warned about the explicit nature of the demonstration, and if they wanted to skip, they could. One school administrator was surprised to hear of the demonstration, but said it most likely did not violate school policies. How can a fuck saw in a classroom not violate school policies?
Maybe they're not a bunch of fucking Puritans like you, Tom.
Listen, I'm just reporting the story. But after the fuck story made national news Wednesday, the university president spoke out against Bailey's after event class. It doesn't say if he was fired or not.
Probably so
Promoted. He's promoted.
I don't think he was promoted. But the Northwestern University president, Morton Shapiro, said he was troubled and disappointed by the incident.
What did he have
that
to
an investigation
try out the
into the matter
first?
was
that he
underway.
wasn't invited, probably.
Yeah. So apparently there was an investigation into the matter, and nothing has been reported. But this guy, I mean, bravo, guy. Bravo, Professor John Michael Bailey, for having
Steve was eating a pumpernickel bagel as this was happening.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, Steve, as you're eating the pumpernickel bagel, did you say, I wonder if I can go to a demonstration at a university in Chicago where they're using a fuck saw? By the way, this fuck saw was a Makita sawzall with a dildo at the end.
I thought it was like an official thing. It's just the Makita with just modified with a giant dildo.
They just show a picture of the Makita. They don't show any attachments or anything on it. So I have to assume it's just a sawzall with a
was it aftermarket? Was it aftermarket? Or was this like
no? They have
Makita?
an actual picture of a Makita sawzall.
And this was in Chicago. That was probably Stan Makita.
Quite possibly. It was yes.
Out of 23 lunches, 23 workday lunches in the month of March, 15 of them were pumpernickel bagels.
Oh,
you hit the mother load.
Pumpernickel mud.
Wow.
Boy.
Mark this month down, and your
Month is knocked out though. You just
I
told
gotta
us
give
you
it-
can't
You a
get it
discount
anymore.
or something?
Ooh.
I do recall certainly after a while I would just walk in and they would know exactly what to make.
And everybody knows your name.
I miss that. I miss going to a place in the morning, walking in and having my order already being made as I
Having
walk
them know
in.
what you want. Yeah.
Yep.
That was
The Dunkin' Donuts
amazing.
on the corner of George's and 522.
Yeah.
We had it's weird you said that because I was at Dunkin' Donuts in Hillsborough. I would in the mornings I'd go there on the way to work. The lady knew exactly what was gonna happen every time. I was walking in. She's in my car. She'd already have the order called in.
Yeah.
That's genius.
She was great. She was upset
Filipino
when I
lady.
moved.
She was nuts. She retired.
He was
Filipino
probably
lady.
the only one.
You can't say
You-
Why?
Why not?
Why can't
Oh,
you say
come on.
little?
Well, that she was. What do you want me to fucking say?
And she was.
I'm offended. I'm just saying I'm offended.
How the fuck are you offended?
I don't know.
Because he is
It's
literally
supposed
the
to be-
opposite of a little.
Not like I called her a or something.
Oh, God.
Oh, whoa. You only
Oh, we
making it
can't
worse
say
for
that
yourself.
either. Ay.
Do I beep that out or just cut it out entirely? That's the question.
What? Like, it's not like I said Super Bowl. I don't understand how you have to
Oh,
beep it
fuck.
out.
Oh, come on, we're fucked.
Wrap it
now.
up.
Christ almighty.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. I don't have my paper. God damn it. Go on to Twitter. Follow us at friends_rivals.
Hey, go on Facebook and like us on Facebook too.
Who knew we had a Facebook
You
page?
did Facebook? Holy shit.
I found this out this week. Go marketing department.
welcome
79
to
episodes in.
2009.
There, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We'll read them on the air if you wanted to. No one has reviewed us since May, so go and do that, please. Just somebody, anybody. I don't care who you are. Somebody in the United Arab Emirates, please do that. We are number 47 in the United Arab Emirates. Thank you guys for keeping it real. And I don't know why I said keeping it real.
asshole you
and
are.
having us
You
and
need
listening
your
to us
paper.
over in UAE. God bless you. Turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of the Friends and Rivals podcast. Billy, keep it real. That's all I'm going to say.
In honor of today's list, what I'm going to say is it wouldn't be the Christmas shopping season if the stores were any less hotter than they are.
You know, that's what that fucking movie was missing. Either that chick being naked or in the mall or coming out of the pool.
Coming out of the pool.
Something. Why? Because it was a Christmas movie? Come on.
How about I play a sound?
Did I not say that?
No,
You
of
didn't
course
say
not.
it.
You don't have your fucking
All right,
paper.
fuck it. Billy, sing us out.
Oh, my friends and rivals. Flyers fuck, flyers fuck, flyers fuck off.